And I mean, this is now the second edition that we have done Singing Brussels online. So it seems very weird to me that we're not yet able to make music together in person. In fact, on my Instagram page a couple of days ago, I got reminded of a picture from BOZAR a couple of years ago with hundreds of us standing on stage singing, hundreds of people in the audience standing singing as well, and it just made me miss so very much all of you, and I can't wait. I hope for the next edition we can actually be back in person, because for me certainly Singing Brussels is one of my absolute favourite moments in the whole year, and so to not be able to do it in person is very sad. But as Wenka said, we are going to make the best of it and hopefully have a really good time. There's a few things that Wenka's told us about which are absolutely brilliant. Some top tips for me: I love seeing people, and that way, even though I can't hear you, I feel like we're making music together. So for everyone who has their camera on, and I can see now it's lots of you, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. I can't demand that you turn your camera on, but it's very nice to see you, and I'll be asking you to do stuff with your hands and like give me thumbs up and things like that. So all of these things are really great. Today we're going to start with a bit of a warm-up to get ourselves going, and then we're going to be a bit creative for a while. If you read the information about this project in our 4 sessions, as well as learning some music this year, which we're going to perform with VOCES8 in the last session, we're also going to write a piece together, which is going to be highly entertaining, I'm sure, and entirely impractical over Zoom. So the way that's going to work I will explain a little bit later. And if you are super interested in composing, then at the end of this session tonight I'm going to hang around for about 15 or 20 minutes probably, and I would love any budding composers just to stay with me, and whatever we've done in this session we can have a bit more of a chat and go in depth, and by next week I will have written down whatever we do today and turned it into a composition which we're going to learn. So in total we're going to learn a new piece that we're going to create together, and we're also going to work on 2 pieces of repertoire. And most importantly, we're going to be thinking about wellness. We're going to be thinking about being spiritually and mentally in a good place, as well as physically in a good place, so that we can live through these difficult times in the best way possible. Can I just ask a very quick question, and then I'm going to ask you to keep waving if you did this for about 10 seconds. Who has been involved in Singing Brussels before? Can you just wave if you've done Singing Brussels before? I'm just going to scroll through. Yes, I thought so. I can see so many familiar faces. It's just brilliant. That's amazing. Can you all, as you're doing this, also scroll through and just see everyone else and just wave to someone you know, even if they can't hear you right now. Just pick someone and just wave. See some nice faces. It's so nice to see you all. It kind of really gets a bit emotional when we're connecting with people these days. In the UK next week, in theory, we are allowed to hug each other again. Can you believe that? Crazy. Who knew? Talk about well-being. That's what we all need, a bloody good hug. So hopefully we'll get to do that quite soon. For now, however, can you just give yourselves a bit of a hug? Just start by giving yourselves a nice bit of a hug. And as you do that, just give your shoulders a bit of a massage. Very, very nice. I can see that we're up to nearly 60 people, so this is growing very nicely. Wenka is keeping an eye on everything, and as she said, if you've got any questions or any comments, just put them in the chat box and we will keep visiting them. Just get your shoulders going a bit for me. Can you just put your hand on your forehead and just press a little bit? Feels gentle tension in your neck. Very nice. And now on the side, just push that way. Very good. On the other side. Very nice. And on the back. Good. And as you're now we're getting started. This is like the Zoom warm-up. You know, we have to start in the box. So without standing up, we're still beginning to get different parts of our body going that can actually be seen whilst we're in this Zoom session. Just give your ears a bit of a wiggle. Can you just wiggle your nose for me? And absolutely, this is why it's great to be on Zoom, so you can see everyone else wiggling their nose too. And can you wiggle your jaw for me and go, yeah, 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 yeah. And now just with your tongue, just go for me. And pick someone in one of these Zoom boxes and just go, thank you. I'm just going to the next page so I can see everyone again, just to do that once more. Please do again with me. Very nice. I think I've got everyone there. Guys, you're looking really good. Really, really good. Just give your hairline a bit of a massage. Very good. And can you just put your hand on your chest and just say for me, very nice. And we're going to take a nice gentle breath in and do the same again. And can you feel a bit of vibration just there? Give me a thumbs up if you can feel some vibration here. Very nice. Let's do the same thing again. This time put your hand on a spinny chair on your back as well. And just do the same. Very good. Now let's do one more. And as we do it, put your hands just on your ribs here this time. And as we do it, pick a pitch that's comfortable for you. So I'm obviously quite low, but I'm going to go up and down a bit this time. So it's going to be like this. Did you feel the air, your just body expanding as you took that breath? Let's do another nice one, nice and calm and relaxing. And very good. Just give your cheeks a bit of a rub again and go. Great. Now we're going to get Zoom complex. Are you ready? We're going to stand up. How about that? Goodness me. How far back do I have to go? I don't know. I think hopefully you can still see me. I'm wearing really good Zoom clothes because my top is really long. So it means if I put my hands up, you don't get to see my tummy. That's good, isn't it? Great news for you guys. So just put your arms in the air for me. And out. Very nice. And slowly down. Just give your shoulders a bit of a wiggle. Really good. As we're standing, I'll just show you my feet. I'm standing with my legs about this far apart, and if you can see, I'm wearing some super stylish indoor booties today. That's one thing I've never been able to do in a real life workshop. Indoor booties. Wenka, I think that's probably made your day, hasn't it? Okay, so here we go. Shoulders, legs, nice, comfortable apart. Can you just put your hands on your hips? And we're going to do a figure of 8. Just very slow. Nice and gentle. Really good. And round we go. Now make it a whole circle. This is how I do the hula hoop thing. Did you ever do that? I'm really bad at it. I have actually got quite good at skipping in lockdown. One of my key skills now. And let's go the other way. Very nice. Really good. It's like being at the Zoom disco now, guys. We're really doing a great job. And just give everything a bit of a shake. Shake it all out. Now we're going to take one arm up. Hold under here. I'm going to go this way. Take a nice deep breath and feel all down here. And once we've taken the breath in, just go for me. Shh. Very nice. And up. And the other way. Breathing in and shh. Very good. Just give me a thumbs up if you're feeling happy so far. This is very good. And now we're going to drop one hand down. I just want you to keep one thumb up. And we're going to just do a little figure of 8 on its side, which looks like this. And it's always going up in the middle. Very nice. Always going up in the middle. Now let's just gradually make it bigger. And bigger. And bigger. And now as you're doing it, follow with your eyes where your thumb is going. And as you're doing this, take a nice, deep, slow breath. In and out. Very good. One more. And swap arms and carry on. Excellent. Nice and big. as long as you've got a room big enough to do this in. And as you're doing this now, can you finish by going wee when you get to the top? And wee, wee. One more. Wee. Very good. Can you just listen? Stay standing up. Can you just say for me? And this is the note we're using with a V. Can you try that? Very nice. And we're not forcing the sound. It's not going to be V. It's just nice and gentle. Very nice. Now, just copy me. I'm going to do something. When I point this way, that means it's your turn. Okay, so my turn, your turn. Does that make sense? Thank you. This is Zoom language, guys. We only need about 4 different things. Thumbs up, A-OK, absolutely not happy, my turn, your turn. Okay, great, here we go. So, my turn. Your turn, and. My turn. Your turn. My turn. You. Very nice. Can you hear that okay? Is that all sounding okay? Super. Let's try one now where we don't make the sound but let's make the sound. Okay, so you can either do it with a hum or you can use a if you're feeling super advanced. Okay, we're going to go there again and listen to me. And you hear it's nice and slidey. Okay, I'm not going but it's Let's try that. And and then and you. Now we're going to stick those two together, so we're going to go see if you can do it all in one breath. Okay, here we go. And very nice. Now we're going to try one more thing. As you're doing that, I'd like you to imagine you're again at that slow-mo disco. We're going to, just with our arms, just keep a little motor going. So it's going to just help us think about the flow of the air through the line. So it's going to be like this. I might do it to this time, so it's going to go. Just imagine one of those paddle boats or something. Here we go. And. And very nice. That's really good. We're going to put a little bit of energy into this now. So I can see, oh, someone's just entered as well. Renka, can you let them in, whoever it is? That would be really nice. So, all of you know that I normally turn up to Brussels with my loop station, and you'll be pleased to know that I have it with me today as well. I'm set up here. I've got my little piano keyboard just here. I've got the loop station just over there. And so we're going to take those, some various little different things we've just been working on with the notes, and we're going to add some rhythm. So let's see if we can hear this. Can you hear this a little bit? Can you all just feel a bit of a bop for me? I want to feel that rhythm. I want you to copy some rhythms first of all. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, Now we're going to just take that little motif that we just worked on. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Do that with me. And ba, ba, da, ba, ba. And again. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, my turn. Ba, da, ba, ba. Your turn. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. My turn. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Your turn. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. One more. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Your go. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Very good. Right, so guys, that was really good. I can see you all grooving away. I'm absolutely loving it. We're going to add in one other idea. So when we're doing that, you're just copying me. That's what we all do together. When I say freestyle, guess what we're going to do? Freestyle. Yes. Wenka's got it. She's like, yeah, come on. That was awesome. Can you all just say for me, as big as possible, please? Can you all just say for me, freestyle? I want you to imagine that there's loads of people in your house who are currently trying to be really quiet and restful and like read a book or just have a quiet evening, and I want you to make so much noise that they wish they were in the room with you right now as we say again, freestyle. Excellent. Very good. So now when I say freestyle, that's your job. I'm just going to keep the riff going. Bop, ba, do, bo, bop, 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 bo, bop. And I'd like you to improvise in some way. You can clap, you can groove, you can dance, you can do some of this. You can make some body percussion things, anything you like from all the different sounds we've been making. Just freestyle. One of the beautiful things about Zoom is that you can freestyle with confidence that no one else will know what you're doing. And as long as it looks like you're having fun, then we're all happy. And so all I want to see is a bit of groove, a bit of a smile. And if you can't think of anything, then just keep doing what I'm doing. That's totally fine. Okay? All right, so let's fire all this up again. Here we go. And... Okay, here we go. So we have bop, ba da ba bop, bop, ba da ba bop, bop bop bo bo, bop, ba da ba bop, bop bop bo bo bop, ba da ba bop, bop bop bo bo. All say with me after 4. We're going to say freestyle. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Freestyle. Here we go. Bop, 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 boop, bop, 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 boop, bop, 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 boop, bop, 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 boop, bop. One more. Bop, 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 bop. And can we all finish with a really, really big freestyle after 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Freestyle. Hi guys. I'm feeling good now. How are you feeling? You feeling okay? Not too bad? We're getting going? Excellent. In that case, I'm going to sit down and wheel in. And you can stay standing or sit down, whatever you feel happier with. But I wanted to do something a bit silly because, as I said, we're going to start writing a piece of music today. And I think you have been sent, or you could find in your pack of music, the some text that we're going to start working with. I have a question. Did you all manage to download the sheet music that was connected to the page? Give me a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't, I think Wenka is going to put it also into the chat box. I'm just going to scroll through. Everyone keep your thumbs up if you've got it. Thumbs up. Excellent. Oh yeah, loads of thumbs up, and some people just busily looking for it. So that's good. So Wenka has just put the scores and the
Yeah.
text for the workshops. Thank you, Wenka. And I can't see any questions yet, so I guess we're either doing too much freestyling or who knows, people haven't worked out anything to do with the chat box yet. I'm not sure. Either way, if you're happy, I'm happy. Oh, Anne, I can see you have a wonderfully coloured folder. Look at that. That was really very colourful. I'm loving it. Great. So now, if we just get our sheet music up, and I'll see if I can screen share it as well. Um, in fact, I'll just take it and pop it into the chat box as well. So I thought we'd start our piece of music with a little bit of text by William Blake, and this is the text. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Now this is the beginning of a much longer poem by William Blake, who's a very famous poet over here. And it's quite a nice one, exploring the contrasts of humanity. But now, for me, as a composing class, we have, 63 people in the room. So we're going to use the Zoom techniques of getting some general popular opinion, and I'm going to ask Wenka to keep an eye on this. We're going to make some snap decisions as we go. I'm going to give you a variety of choices to make, and based on those choices, we'll see where the popular opinion goes, and I will keep working on that. So a heads up that you can only really be seen giving me information about this if you have your camera on and I can see you. So I think all of you have your scores, so you know what a standard piece of music looks like. At the moment, I think there are two different ways we could write our score, we could write this piece of music. One of them is to make it like a kind of standard piece of music that you might see in any sheet music, and we can think about what that might look like in a minute, and whether it's for choir, whether it's for single voice, or whatever it might be. Or we can think about being a bit different and maybe thinking about a graphic score, or thinking about, in fact, I'm going to share the screen with you of something I found earlier, if I can find it now. So I show you what I mean by graphic score. This is a very complicated graphic score. We probably won't go this far, but if you are a fan of George Crumb, then you might know this kind of idea. So I'm going to share the screen. This is one type of score which is less than normal, shall we say. And this is a rather cool piece of music. Now, it might take us more than 4 weeks to learn how to sing all of those notes, but I'm totally open. This is a guy called George Crumb, who is the composer of this piece, and he makes absolutely beautiful music. As you can see, he likes doing scores that are not normal in how they look. So I wanted to share that idea with you, just to say it's possible, you know, not just to be given a piece of music. I'll show you a simplified version I was working on today. I'm working on a piece of music based on the Fibonacci sequence at the moment, and so I've got little diagrams of the Fibonacci spiral, which I'm playing with at the moment. So we're working on something like this. So it's possible to create something that might just have words, instructions, little diagrams, or it's possible to create something that is a kind of normal score, if you like. And I want to know what you guys want to do. We can do either of them. So first of all, do you understand the question? Did I make sense in what I said? Yeah, a few people nodding. A-okay. So we have option 1, normal score. Option waving hands, I want to do something crazy. Okay, so option 1 is normal score. You just need to hold up the 1. Option 2 is waving hands like this. That means something crazy. So can you show now your preferred choice? Go. And Wenka, let's have a look through everything. And we're going to make a decision. Oh, it's looking very tight. This is exciting. Oh, it's really split. Oh, okay. And if you don't care, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do anything. Goodness me, everyone have a look around. GL, I can see you doing both. Very good. Okay, so Wenka, I'm going to make you the judge here. Did you think there were more people waving their hands, or did you think there were more people with the number one up?
I think the most of them were waving, but it was a little bit 50-50.
Very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very close. Okay,
But
well,
I saw a lot of
I
waving.
saw a lot of waving. Okay, I think let's go with the waving then. I'm happy. We'll do something fun, and I promise for those of you who wanted number one, there will still be clarity in our craziness. Okay, so based on your choices, this is rather like one of these books where you have to choose your own ending. Based on your choice so far, I have subsequent follow-up questions. Let me see if I can find them. Um, so uh, it's abstract. Okay, so now I just want some thumbs up or thumbs down. Would you like, so this is for our score, would you like, and I'm hoping this is a thumbs up, the textures to be using the human voice? Would we like to do that? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Wenka, let's have a scroll through. I think that we're all thumbs up. That's good because it's singing Brussels, and I think Wenka would be really mad with me if I asked that question and we all went, nah, let's not bother. Great, so that's good. Would we like, if we're using the voice, do we want to be singing, only singing, or would we like to be singing and making other sounds too? So either singing is number one, or crazy hands means singing and other noises too. Okay, so go for it. Number one is just singing. Number two is crazy noises too. Okay. Oh, it's very crazy. You've all gone for it now. Luke, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I'll write you guys just a singing part if you like. So I'll put some crazy stuff in there, but I will also write a singing part only. So if you only want to sing, you're fine with that. Great. That's good. What were my other questions? Would you like to use any body percussion? So the kind of stuff we were doing here, this kind of stuff. Can I have a thumbs up or a thumbs down for body percussion? Oh, everyone's up for it. Luke's right in the game now. He's like, yeah, let's go. Body percussion all the way. Okay, that's a definite yes. So we're getting body percussion. We're getting sounds with our mouths as well as singing. What about space to improvise? Do you want me to write the entire thing out for you so you do a specific thing? Or do you want there to be a space where, just like we just did right now, you can do a more prepared version of freestyle? So if it's just written out, give me one. If it's improvised as well, give me the hands again. I like the hands. That means we're going crazy. So we've got one, we've got some, okay, a mixture. Tiago's definitely just wanting one that time. Okay, Vera's also one. Okay, it's a mix, right. So I will make sure there are both elements there. There will be an improvised option, but we'll keep something consistent as well. That means that's helpful. Time signature. Do you want a time signature? Yes or no? So do you want it to be in like 3, 4, 4, 4, 6, 8? So thumbs up if you want a time signature. Thumbs down if you don't want a time signature. Oh, tough choices. If you don't care, don't do anything. Okay, it's good, isn't it, this game? Thumbs up mostly. I can't see any thumbs down actually. Okay, great. We're going thumbs up. So there will be a time signature, but there will be improvisation. There will be some body percussion, and then the final question is really. Oh, Tiago, you've asked what are the time signatures. Everyone who's got a preferred time signature, write your favourite time signature in the chat now if you want to, if you care. Okay, Tiago, go for it. And Hilda straight in with 4-4, very strong. GL's got a 3-4. Okay, I may use more than one. This is possible. Okay, and my last question then is about the score. Do you want me to put it on like sheet music score, or do you want me to just draw a picture? So if you want it actually with a score, can you put thumbs up? If you want it just with pictures, can you wave? Thumbs up, thumbs up. The odd wave. Okay, so I think thumbs up's going to win that one by the look of things. But there's some good waving. Vera was waving. Okay, I'll try and draw a picture on the score. It will be really terrible because all I can actually do is stick men. So that's excellent. Okay, great. So I'm going to take all that information and I'm going to apply it to the text that I gave you. My last question is about the text. Of all of the text that we read out, the 4 lines: to see a world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Could you give me your 3 favourite words? And thanks, Wenka, for sharing it again. Give me your 3 favourite words. Anyone who's got 3 favourite words, they don't have to be next to each other. Just pick the words you like, and can you put them into the chat? So I see Tiago is totally on top of this. Oh, well done, everyone. Wenka, as this happens and the chat box now goes crazy for the next 2 minutes, can you just scroll through and make a selection of some of your favourites as well from what you're seeing? Thank you very much. Okay, well done, everyone. If you want to do a bit more deep looking at this this composition idea, then stay behind at the end of class today, and we'll spend maybe 15 or minutes with just any few of you who stay behind, just thinking a bit more about it. But that's really great. Thank you very much. I'll try and prepare something which meets your taste and approval for next week. And don't forget, if you are not a fan of it, you can just be doing what you like on Zoom whilst we're doing these bits as well, because I can't hear you anyway, so you can just pretend. Perfect. Great. Thank you very much. Now, I'd like you just to sit back and relax, to say well done for doing what we've just done. If you want to get your scores, I think today we're going to start by listening and looking at the music that we're going to work at. And I'm very happy to say that I recruited my friends in VOCES8 to do some helpful recording tracks for... Oh, I've just been spotlighted. Thanks, Wenka. So I have... I've got these 2 tracks that we're going to work on. Magnum Mysterium by Victoria, and also El Grillo by probably Josquin Desprez, we think. And I think the first thing we'll do is we'll just listen to Magnum Mysterium a little bit so that we can feel and hear how it goes. And to do that, I'm going to share my screen and try to find what I need to find. Here we go. So if you've got the scores in front of you, you can just grab your score now. The first piece we're going to look at is Magnum Mysterium by Victoria. And so I'm going to share it now. Hopefully, Wenka, can you see that okay? Hopefully everyone can see it. Give me a thumbs up if you can. You probably only see a few of us now, but here we go. We're going to take a spin through Magnum Mysterium by Victoria. And we're going to stop just there for now. I know you're probably really getting into it, but I just want to have a chance to have a little bit of a sing through some of that. I have to say, life is always nice when you can ask VOCES8 to sing a piece for you. So I hope you're going to find this this rehearsal track quite helpful to sing with. Just out of interest, can I have a quick show of hands? Who has done this piece of music before? If you've done this piece of music, can you just put your hands up? A few people. Okay, so some people are super happy and smiling because they've done it before, and others are like, oh no, this is brand new to me. But good news, guys, it's just absolutely beautiful. And I'm very happy to say also that this is a brand new edition. I think if you can see on your score, just here, in fact I can probably get it up so that I can share it with you. Where can I need to bring it to life. Let's do it like this. Here we go. So just in case you're struggling to find it. So this is the piece that we're working on, Magnum Mysterium. And as you can see, it says in this top corner here, edited by Jonathan Pacey. And any of you who are familiar with VOCES8 might know that Jonathan Pacey is the bass in VOCES8, and he is super passionate about creating new editions and really historically accurate editions of scores, particularly scores like this. So he has gone into lots of sources, he's explored all of the different things that were created, and he's given us this edition which looks like a modern piece of music. On your first page, if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see he's talked about where his sources have come from, and his editorial commentary is just great fun to get into. It's super geeky, but what he's basically doing is taking music that was written hundreds of years ago and he's putting it into a modern style of notation, and as he's doing that, he is having to make certain decisions, and this is him explaining the decisions he's making. I believe I've persuaded him 2 weeks from now to drop in and just spend 5 or 10 minutes with us talking about how he's done all of this and why he does it and how it's useful to create a historically informed performance of things. But for now, this is just a little introduction. And critically as well, you can also see the text down here, which I would draw your attention to so that we know as we're singing what it is that we're singing about. Now, if we just go to this first opening passage, if we all look at the soprano line, hopefully that's a bit familiar to you now because we just did a dance version to it in our warm-up. So when we were doing the that was this little motif which is at the opening. So if you are, well, whatever voice you are, I think you should be able to sing this opening. So you can just see it just here. We have it up here. Oh, Magnum Mysterium. Can we all just sing that? After two? 1, 2. Oh, Magnum Mysterium. Very nice. Now we're just drawing attention to this because if you then look through all of the other parts, this is a motif that we begin to hear at the beginning of this piece. And this piece of music is written in 2 different ways. We have some of it is homophonic, so everyone is singing at the same time, and some of it is polyphonic, and we have imitation happening. So this time, sopranos get to go first, then the altos come in singing the same thing, just a bit lower, which is Oh, Magnum Mysterium. And then a little bit later, the tenors come in. If you look at bar 9, back up there. So we have imitation on the 5th. Oh, Magnum Mysterium. And then we have the basses finally rumbling in. Oh, Magnum. Copying what the altos did just before. So I'd like us just to look at this first session now, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper into our practice in the next few weeks. You're going to have copies of the recording of the VOCES8 has done so that you can be practicing at home if this is new to you. All I'd like us to do right now, we're going to go from the beginning, just there, so you can hear it once more if it's new for you. And if you feel like having a go at singing, I'm going to keep the score here. I'm also going to play the music in the background so we can just sing along with VOCES8 just for the first minute or so, and we'll see how that goes. Then after that, we'll take a quick look at El Grillo, just so you have a flavour of how that fits together. And then we'll already be out of time. An hour doesn't take very long to go by in these sessions. So we've got the music ready. I'm going to try and now find the music again. Wenka, as I'm doing this, can you still see the score? Yeah, brilliant. So here we go with the score again. It's going to start any second. Here come the tenors, and the bass is coming in now. All together. Now the basses and tenors. Now the top parts. Bass is coming in. Basses. Tenors, sopranos, altos, sopranos. Here we go. And we're stopping there. Very nice. Well done. Now, because this is the very first session, it really doesn't matter if you were or weren't singing at this moment. If this is totally new to you, that's fine. As I said, one of the other best things about being on Zoom is that we can all be practicing at our own speed. Today, I want to give you a flavour of the music, and we're going to dig into it in quite a lot more depth in the weeks ahead. But just as a show of hands, can I find out who was singing along in some capacity that time? Give me a hands up if you were singing a bit, because I saw quite a few people. Excellent, that's really good. And oh yes, look at all those smiling, happy faces, guys. You're even seeming happy about the fact you're singing. This is a shocker. Very good. Great. So that's a little bit of the more complicated piece, I think, that we're looking at. It's beautiful, and as you think about it and as you practice, hopefully practice before next week, be thinking and listening to the way VOCES8 is singing all of those lines, and in particular this idea that we introduced at the beginning I find really helpful in this piece, because we're really stretching these long phrases, and actually just that little motoring idea is a really nice way to help feel like our breath control is working as we find a nice legato sound through those phrases. As you heard me talking as well through that, you can also see how different parts are copying each other at different moments. So don't just look at your part. If you're the soprano, make sure you've had a look at the tenor, the alto and the bass as well, so you can see who starts off a new idea, and then you know where your role comes in based on the new motif. That's one of the most beautiful things about this writing, that there's only a few very simple ideas, and then they're just woven together in this gorgeous tapestry. And I'm looking forward to exploring that with you in the next few weeks. Now, for something very different, but quite fun, let's just have a look at El Grillo. And I'm going to play you, as we look at this, it's a lot faster and a lot shorter, the VOCES8 performance of this. So let's get this up for you. Okay, share screen time. If you have your score in front of you, great. If not, don't worry, we'll just watch VOCES8 this time and get a flavour of what it looks like. So here we go. And off we go, everyone. Hold tight. We're stopping there. Hands up if you noticed that it went back to the beginning. Did you notice where the repeat happened? Yeah, excellent. So the thing you have to know about this score, everybody, is that there's lots of repeats jumping back and forth. So when we start at the beginning, we sing up to page 2, bar 16, and then we go straight back to the beginning again. Now, as you can hear from how that sounds, the text is quite a lot faster, and we're singing in Italian. So I asked Ewan, our Scottish tenor, who's a fluent speaker of Italian, to do for me a pronunciation of how the text sounds. So if you just look at your score, I'll just get the score up for you again on the page, and then we're just going to have a quick speak through the text. Because once we're confident with the text, this piece gets a lot easier. But the text is something of a challenge. And so if you look on the front page of your score, I'll just share the screen. I think you can see that now. We have the text just here. Wenka, can you see that okay? Excellent. A thumbs up, Wenka. We're Zoom pros right now, aren't we? Brilliant. So we've got here El Grillo e buon cantore, and I'm just going to let Ewan speak it in his lovely Italian accent, and then I'm going to, Wenka, I'm going to send this to you afterwards so that we can share this with everyone as well. So here we go. Hope you can hear this.
Hey everyone, it's Ewan here. Hope you're having a great time with Paul in your session. He's just asked me to give you a quick little run through the text for El Grillo, so here we go. El grillo è buon cantore che tiene longo verso, dalle beve grillo canta, ma non fa come gli altri uccelli, come li han cantato un poco, vande fatto in altro loco, sempre il grillo sta pur saldo, quando la maggiore caldo, allor canta sol per amore. Hope you enjoy working on this with Paul, and looking forward to hearing the results.
I like Ewan. So I'm going to send you that little recording, and that will give you something again to practice with as we go ahead. Just if you look at your score again, let's just have a look at the music in front of us. You can see again that this is another edition by Johnny Pacey, and he's given us some thoughts on how this would work there. And we have here our text. So we have El grillo è buon cantore che tiene longo ver. And as we're singing this passage, can we have a go at this? Being quite, can you all just put your hands here on your nose for me, and can you just say, nya, nya? I kind of imagine it, particularly when we get to bar 7, 8 and 9 in those altos and tenors, almost like a trumpet fanfare. Bam, bam, ba, bam, ba, da, 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 bam, ba, 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 da, ba, bam. So if you have that part, can you really imagine you're a trumpet as you're playing that? And if you're just like the basses and the sopranos holding that long note, can you still imagine that there's a brass effect in there? And then as we get to this page 2, we're just going to have a go at this a couple of times now. When we have our dale, beve, Grillo, canta, dale, dale, beve, beve. Can we keep all of that really light and dancey and bouncy so that we're not letting our voice weigh down too much the sound and the text that we're trying to get out? Can you all just say for me? Very good. And say for me. When we get to this section, very lively tongue and very lively lips, and creating the sound here is going to help us quite a lot. Okay, so let's have a go from the beginning. We're just going to run from the beginning again up to here, and then we're going to go back to the beginning, and you get a second time to have a go as well. So it's about 50 seconds of music. I think you can see the screen. I'll keep it up here as well, and I'll reset the singing, and off we go. Well done. Hands up if you'd ever done that piece before. Few people? Oh, Wenke, you've done this one before. Excellent. I found this has been randomly, I not done it when I was at school, but then I work a lot in American schools, and like every school in America has done this as part of their studies, which was eye-opening for me. I find it brilliant fun, and I think the message within the song that the cricket sings all day through the heat of the day for love is a very important message for us to remember as we go through our own heat of the day in these troubling times. We're finding a sense of finding singing as a way to continue life, whatever the circumstances. And I think we all have to try our very best to be crickets for the next few months. Now, I think unbelievably we're out of time already. This is the first of 4 sessions. So next session is going to be with me and with Andrea. I will be giving you, hopefully before that next session, I'll send Wenke a PDF of our newly created score. I'm setting myself a challenge for the next few days to get written down your fun ideas. Thank you for that. And we will also spend some time singing through those opening sections again. We're going to work again, basically, I suspect, on those main sections we looked at today, so the first half of each piece, but we're going to go into more detail on it. And then the following week we'll be looking at the second half of each of those pieces. So as you prepare your studies and know that you have a certain amount of time to dedicate to it, next week will be the first half of each piece. The following week will be the second half of each piece, and then in our final session we will have a go practicing the whole thing together, and we will finish then with VOCES8 live in the room singing with us. So the final session should be from the VOCES8 Centre in London, and I think we're going to have great fun. I'm going to send you the Italian that Ewan did for us, and you'll get a score as well, and Wenke's going to share the video links with you, so you've got lots of new material to look at. And if you still need it, Wenke, maybe before you go as well, you could just stick it into this chat box so that people can download the PDFs again there if you don't have them. If you are not wanting to be one of our composers this evening, that's totally fine. If no one stays behind, I still won't be upset because you've given me loads of ideas, so don't feel you have to just to keep me company. But if you would like to stay around for a few minutes and talk a little bit more about the composition, you would be very welcome. And otherwise, I guess we say goodbye. Wenke, do we have any other information we have to share?
Yeah, I wanted to thank everybody. I wanted to tell if there are other questions, you can always reach me by the address. I will send it again in the chat box. It's seeingbrussels@beaux-arts.be. I will answer the mails. I saw there are 60 participants, so I will contact the other participants to check if they will still participate. If you know someone who wants to participate, they can always ask to me by mail, and I see what is still possible. So no, and I wanted to say to you, if you are you want to discover something on Thursday, we have our first workshop, a discovery workshop of Singing Brussels, and it's a workshop in beatbox. So another thing, but at 8 o'clock, you can follow it on Facebook or on YouTube on live, and it's really a discovery of beatbox. We have every Thursday another workshop open to everybody. So I wish you a great evening. Don't hesitate to contact us with questions and comments. And thank you very much, Paul, also.
Thank you. Can we all just come on speaker for the last few seconds and just give everybody a big round of applause? Because it's so great to hear you all. Give a big round of applause and lots of kisses. Mwah, to everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
See you later.
Yes, okay.
Please, Paul.
How are you?
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye.
We're just going to take a couple of minutes so you can relax, and then anyone who stays behind will carry on for another 15 minutes or something. Oh, Genevieve's just turning up to get in. Now, Wenka, big question for you. Which did you see some of your favourite words pop up? Did you keep a note of some? Which ones did you see?
Yes, I was counting them, so I
I knew
I
you were.
counted them in the chat box, and
I could see you were not seeing.
yeah.
You were too busy like looking at the words.
So the first we have the most popular word is eternity.
Okay.
The second one is wild.
The second one is wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we all feel after this year.
Then infinity.
Oh. I'm amazed that wild got in above infinity.
Yeah, just above. Yeah. And then we have heaven and flower on the same place.
They're joint, are they? Joint fourth, heaven and flowers.
Mm. Is that enough, or do you want the next one also?
Go on, what's the next one? Let's take it all.
The next one is grain.
Grain. Excellent. Okay. Great. So, and also then to recap, I guess if you're still here, guys, you've either failed to leave and you're about to regret it, or you're staying around for a few minutes because you're the dedicated composer group. So let me just close down a few things and get back to my questions so I can recap what we had talked about and make sure. Oh, the other question, Wenka, did you keep an eye on people's time signature preferences? I definitely saw 4/4 and 3/4. I'm not sure I saw any others. So I think we said
that was the most. I saw one time, I think 6/8, but the 4/4 was, I think, the most.
Okay. I might throw in one bar of 6/8 just to keep people happy.
6/8, 3/4.
Okay, so we had
4/4.
4/4, 3/4, and 6/8 brackets. And then we said textures were vocal textures and singing. not just singing. And we would have some body percussion. We would have some improvisation. I like that everyone just went, yeah, let's do it. Improvisation. But at the same time as a riff or something, so that not everyone has to improvise. And not a graphic score, but a proper score. Okay. So... okay, how many of us are left? I reckon there's like 10 or something of you guys. Great. So we're gonna do something really brave. We're gonna actually like speak to each other on Zoom. I know it's crazy, but apparently it's possible to do that sometimes.